Hello and welcome. This is Chichi Barnabas and you're welcome to my channel. This is a channel that teaches you everything, all the tools and all the tricks that you need to become a successful self-published author. And in today's video, you are going to be learning how to fill in the 7 back-end keywords on KDP correctly. Now, I find a lot of people making a lot of mistakes around this, that they fill in their keywords wrongly, and that is one of the ways that can help to boost your book and help you to get more sales on KDP if you do it the right way. So stay with me to the end of this video and you will know exactly what to do with your back-end keywords. As well, I'm going to be throwing in some very important information around this that you need to know if you've not known already, that can help you to make more sales on KDP. If today is your first time of joining us on this channel, thank you very much for joining us, and please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I put out content like this. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much for always watching our videos. Before I get in and begin to show you how you can input your keywords correctly, let's first of all go to Amazon itself and look at the information they have given. I wanted to pick one or two things from there that are very important when it comes to inputting your back-end keywords. Now, on the Amazon platform, where they have given more details on how you can fill in your back-end keywords correctly. Now, we're on the tab that says make your book more discoverable with keywords. So we are going to be scrolling down, of course, how to add your book, how to add and update your keywords. All of that is there. Of course, this is another very important thing that you can take advantage of. Sometimes your book is live and it's not making a lot of sales, or it was selling before and it has stopped selling. Sometimes this could be due to keywords. So going back into your book and then resetting new keywords and changing the back-end keywords can give you an advantage, or can give your book a boost, and you can begin to make sales right there. So here are some best practices that Amazon talks about that we need to do. I am going to be leaving a link to these topics down below so you can go check them out and read everything out there by yourself that can help you to be successful on KDP. So now they say we should combine keywords in a logical order. So now when you are adding your keywords to your title, to your subtitle, Amazon expects you to at least put them in the most logical order. That's not to say, let's for instance, you are publishing a book on keto diet, or maybe a journal gift for someone. It doesn't mean if you put the word journal and then you put gift in a different back-end keywords, it's not going to show up. Amazon will still index that, but they expect you that you should put your keywords in the most logical form. And then they say you should use up to 7 keywords or short phrases in your back end, which is where the focus of this video is. Now, the information I wanted to draw your attention to is where they talked about keywords to avoid, which is very important. Now, the first item that said information covered elsewhere in your book's metadata title or contributors should not be added to your book. And this is where I find a lot of people making mistake while adding their back-end keywords. They just repeat a lot of keywords and fill up space, thinking that by the time they do that, then Amazon is going to rank their books high. But look at them giving you a concrete information right here that you don't need. Once, let's say for instance, you have included this keyword in your title, then you don't need to include it in your subtitle. If you have included it in your title and your subtitle, then you don't need to include it in your back end. But that is where I see a lot of people making a mistake, and I wouldn't want you to go on making that mistake, since you have read Amazon themselves telling you that the information that has been covered elsewhere in your book's metadata does not need to repeat itself in your back end. I hope that is clear. And then they have given other instructions that you must follow while adding your back end keywords and also to your title and subtitle, such as putting information, very subjective claims about quality, such like best or free, or time sensitive information such as new or on sale and available now, information common to the most items in the category books. And then you also advise to avoid all manner of spelling errors. Now that's what I see most people doing also. They just, maybe perhaps while they are doing their research, they found that some keywords that customers are typing there are spelled wrongly, and then they go ahead to include those keywords in their back end. This is one of the things that Amazon said you must not do. And then the rest of the other things are mentioned there. But what I wanted to draw your attention to right here was the information we found on the keywords to avoid. That was what I wanted to draw your attention to. Let's say, for instance, I've done my keyword research on Bible verse word search book, and you can see here I have a draft of the keyword research I carried out on this keyword. You can see I found a number of keywords there. You see the volume, the search volume, and as well as the average BSR and the other stuff that we can see right there. Now you see the percentages there, they're right there. So now let's say I am going to be using this information on my title, on my subtitle, as well as my backend keyword. So I'm going to give you a practical example of how I am going to go about this. Now, based on this search volume that I have here, I think that Bible verse word search for seniors comes up with a good search. You can see that the average bestseller rank is okay, and then you can see that the monthly revenue is not also bad, and you can see based on the score here is at the score of 54. So I think that is okay. So you can see this one, Bible search, Bible verse word search, this one has 954, and then the average is there, and then the of course, okay, now this seems to be very good for the book title. Let's say for instance I am going to be taking this as our book title. So I'm going to copy that right now and take it away from here and paste it down here as, okay, let's say title. So that is our book title. So let's now say subtitle. So in the subtitle, you can see that I can still go back there and look at other keywords that are very good that can go as my subtitle based on what I have right here. So now to your subtitle, you know that of course most times the subtitle helps to describe what the title of the book is about. So let's say our book was based, the theme of our book was based around healing scriptures. Not just, of course, we're dealing with the Bible verse word search, but then it's a healing scriptures aspect of it that we're dealing with. So you can see that already in a keyword we have something, a large print there. So we can come up with something like a large print word search puzzle book. And then we can talk about the number of, let's say the number of puzzles that are there. If you're up to 40 or 50 or 100 puzzles, you can add that there. And then if there are other descriptions that you can add to boost your subtitle, then you can do that. So let me do that right away so you can see what we are able to come up with. And of course, you can see that we've been able to come up with a subtitle here, large print word search book with 66 healing scriptures for adults and seniors. So that's our title has been there, and then subtitle. We can see a repetition of word search here, but of course that is not too bad instead of just doing keyword stuffing. So we know that this book is a large print, we know how many scriptures are covered there, and then we know who it is for, which is for adults as well as seniors. So now if we now run through the keywords that we have done here, now what I see most people doing is they will carry most of these keywords and put them at the back end, which is what I'm saying you should not do anymore. So what, like Amazon said before, all you need to do is you are simply going to include some of these keywords that you have not used here in your back end. So of course you can see that we have not used mom, so mom is there, and then seniors have been used, last print, and that has been used, and then women is there, hasn't been used, we can use that again. And of course you can see puzzle is there that we haven't used, and so these are the ones that we can simply include them in our back-end keywords. Now it's not so much about the huge number of keywords that you put on your back end that matter, but it's mostly the ones that customers are searching for. Now if you include keywords in your back end that just to fill up the space, and then those keywords have a lot of competition, it means that your books are going to be buried in the competition if it doesn't show up when such keywords are typed in. This was just for an illustration. If you have other keywords that are in there that you haven't used, then you can do that. So let's go here and put a back end. So in our back end, simply we have not used mom, So we put mom there, put puzzle there, yes, puzzles there, put woman, and of course every other thing there has been captured both in a book title, in a subtitle, as well as those that will go in the back end. Now using this approach is going to be more appropriate for you to give your book the exposure it needs than just pumping and dumping in a lot of keywords that are irrelevant, or those that have large search competition that you will be unable to handle. The next time you're going to be including your backend keywords, make sure you follow this strategy and include those keywords that have good search results. And if you have already included them in your title or your subtitle, there is no need including them at your back end. And I hope this helps. Now we have come to the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching the video until the end. If you have any questions, please do well to feel free to ask them in the comment section, or you can reach out to me and I'll be available to answer your questions. If you have not subscribed, do well to subscribe immediately. And until then, see you in our next video. Bye bye for now.